Hello everyone and welcome back to the Richmond Brotherhood YouTube channel. So just jump straight into it. We got a match sim against Melbourne a few days away on Sunday. So I thought before that I would put together a little bit of a young players coming through to keep an eye on video. And thanks to CPT Blight who mentioned this in the comments in the last video. So I'm just going to go through some of the youth. And I've kind of tried to put them very loose categories. It probably won't make too much sense as I'm going through it, but the rough ones, I've got like three main ones. There's like a category of, there's a benchmark set for them, so that kind of means there's a level of consistency to be expected. There's a keep an eye on category, which I kind of think of as keep an eye on to see if they can break into the side, or just sort of kind of keep a close eye on them. And then there's just the wait and see category where there's no real thoughts and no real expectations, but wait and see. Just see what comes through. So, alright, so Jack Ross, first one I'm going to go through. I'm sort of going through order of player numbers. So, Jack Ross, entering his 6th season now, also coming off a career best season, you would say. So really just the thing with Ross is just continue nicely into 2024. Benchmark is probably just to get to 19 games, which was his game tally last year. So I've got him in the benchmark category. 19 games, bit of a high bar in my opinion, but I don't know. I don't really know what else you could say with him. So just keep on going with Ross, I think. So Ross is a pretty simple one for me. Maurice Rioli probably had a bit more of a frustrating start to Rioli's career, but hopefully a player that can take advantage of a new coach who's coming in with a new lens. So maybe, kind of see what he does. But Rioli I've got in the category of watching closely to keep an eye on, I guess. See what he does in 2024. Got high hopes that he can do something great, but I'll be watching closely. Hugo Rath-Smith, 13 games in both 2022 and 2023. He's probably one to try and cement a more permanent spot in 2024. Obviously, last year he was the sub for, I don't know exactly how many games, but it seemed like he was the sub for not most of the year, but maybe most of the year. But I just feel like he was constantly the sub, so he would probably be trying to break out of that and get into the best 22, not the 23rd. And then also try and cement a more permanent spot. Where that is, I don't personally quite know, but I would love to see him settle in a spot, maybe at halfback or on the wing. He could probably also play a bit of half forward, so he has shown some potential there. So another one that I've put in the I'll be keeping a close eye on this year. Josh Gibcus. Josh Gibcus is returning to the field in 2024, which will be awesome to see, and a sight that I'm sure a lot of you are super stoked for. From early footage and training vision, it looks like his hammy issues are gone. He's all good in terms of his hammy. Looks like they're all behind him. Touch wood. From what I get, Uze has been training Gibcus up forward. So that's interesting, and will be worth noting, seeing where he plays most of his games this year. It'll also be worth noting to see where he plays in the upcoming match simulations and practice games. I suppose there's only one match sim and one practice game, but I do initially think that Josh will play most of his footy in the back line, but I'm just saying that's not really going off anything. It just looks like we're throwing Bolter forward, and it looks like that's going to be a bit of a thing for a bit. And we've also got Jacob Kozicki. Probably didn't say that right, and obviously Lynch to return at some point. So I would think Gibcus will probably settle down back, but who knows? Who knows? Juddy Clark is someone who I think has a bit of a benchmark set to get above his 13-game tally, which he played in 2023. I think he shows a lot. I love the energy he brings, and someone who I could see becoming a Charlie Caberman in the future, but it's might be a bit of a bold claim, but someone who I definitely can see being that type of small. So yeah, keen to see Jody Clark get above 13 games hopefully, and see what he brings in 2024. Thompson Dow. Now here's an interesting one because he's someone who has been getting huge praise this preseason from other players, even some in the media. He's just talked about a lot. So I'm very keen to see him break out this season. So he only had 4 games last year towards the back end, or 3 I think in a row towards the back end. I'm not sure where his other game was. Don't really recall, but he played 3 to end the season. So it would be pretty shocking if he doesn't play at least that. So I've got him in a benchmark category, but it's like, I don't know where I would set the benchmark. It would probably be, I would almost say 15 games. It sounds like he's going to be playing opening round, and if he gets in there, hopefully he stays. But hopefully he can play about 15 games would be nice, and just see what he does. So I think he needs to really play a lot of footy in 2024 and sort of start to form that new up-and-coming midfield. You know, he could be one to replace Cochin. Who knows? But let's wait and see. So benchmark, maybe 15 games for him. Tom Brown, only the 1 game last year. Don't really know too much about him. Really don't know too much about him at all and how he's going or anything like that. But just another one to develop nicely. He's a bit of a tall defender, so they can take a bit of time to come through sometimes. So I've got him in the wait and see category, really just as a, you know, the only kind of buy I said on him is just keep develop nicely, and hey, if he breaks in, he breaks in. So I've got him in the wait and see. Ryan Mansell, 17 games last year was, I think, a really good result. I haven't heard too much about him, although I have heard that he's been training a lot as a pressure forward this preseason. I think he's trained and everything exclusively up forward, which I think personally is probably his. Well, I'm not going to go there and say I think it's his best position. I don't really know what his best position is, but I think it's a good position to throw him in and give him a solid chance at. Because he did play that role a little bit last year, I think. Was it last year or the year before? I don't know. So it's been a long off season. But in that, he played 17 games. I kind of have him as a wait and see, just because of all the change that's sort of coming. I don't quite know how Mansell's gonna get in or go, if he's gonna get in, when he's gonna get in, anything like that. So interestingly, I've got him as a wait and see, but I would expect him to play a fair few games this year. Samson Ryan is another interesting one because 2024 could be the year of Samson. He broke out last year with 14 games after 0 games in 2022 and only the 1 game in 2021. He's someone who had his doubters, a lot of doubters, but he took his time, and it looks like to have paid off. You know, bigger blokes take a bit more time. So with Soldo gone, I feel like he'll get a lot more opportunities. Obviously, we've got Sam Naismith in, so that'll be an interesting one to watch. But got him in a benchmark category for me. 14 games being line. I think he'll break that. And it'll be nice to see him play a lot more games. So, Samson Ryan, benchmark. Noah Cumberland, someone who might break free under a new coach. Another one who might break free under a new coach. He had 19 goals from 9 games in 2022, which really shows what he can do, but and something that he should be striving for again this year. So I don't have any sort of benchmark on him. I've got him on keeping my eye on as someone to hopefully break into the side and bring some goal firing power would be nice. So yeah, that's Cumberland. Tyler Sonsi, he's one of my favourites. just to put that out there. Probably a bit of a frustrating 2023 season for Tyler. Had 7 games towards the back end of 2022, and he showed some promise, but he was unable to break into the side at all in last year, which was a bit frustrating, no doubt. He does enter this season with, I believe, 2 or 3 games suspended, so at the very least he'll wait to get into the side. I'm pretty sure I think it's 2. I don't quite remember when he got suspended, if it was at the end of the season or not, but it was for 3 games. I don't know if that was before our last game or not, but yeah, it's 2 or 3 games suspended, so he'll wait and see. But all the preseason footage, he looks to have returned in great shape. He looks good. So that is definitely a plus, and he's got quality skills, like we know that, and just hopefully someone that can bring some energy into a new squad of youth coming through. So for me, I've got him as a wait and see. Could have him in to keep my eye on, but like really just as a wait and see. I've got him as a wait and see with huge hopes. He just needs to bring his skills, I guess, and see what he does. But yeah, huge fan of Tyler Swansea and what he can bring in 2024. Alright, I can't speak today. Sam Banks, he had 6 games in 2023 and was very impressive, I thought. So he should play plenty more in 2024. So I've got him in a benchmark category, but he should beat that 6 games easily. Shouldn't be a problem. His kicking is quite good. Could call it elite, but just want to see. But can't really call it elite after 6 games really. But Sam Banks would expect him to play a lot of games, and I'm very keen to see more of him. So pretty quick one there for Sam. Jacob Buer. I don't really know how to say his name. Jacob Buer, I think it is. He played 4 games, and someone who shows a lot of raw ability. But he's definitely someone I've got in the wait and see. Don't know too much about him or how he's going this preseason. Haven't heard anything about him, so I've just got him in the wait and see. But hopefully he can bring some flair. So that's my kind of analysis of the youth. Probably mainly the ones that have played a few games. And have shown a bit more. So in these next few names are ones that a bit interesting. Just other thoughts on these other players. So Jacob Kazicki, someone I know like very little about, and so to me it's just a straight up wait and see with him. Not hearing anything really glowing about him over the preseason or anything like that. But Lynch did have some raps for him. Lynch spoke pretty highly for him a few weeks ago, so he could be a gem. But I've got him as a wait and see. Kane McAuliffe, if that's how you say his name. He was drafted at pick 40 in the national draft last year, and he's already got some huge raps, mainly from Hugo Routh-Smith. Said he absolutely dominated in a training session. So the praise doesn't really get much higher than coming from one of your peer players. So could be one who gets an early debut in the season. So he's definitely a hope to see get a debut, I guess. Keep an eye on to hope gets a debut or something like that. I'm trying to make up another category here. Hell. But yeah, definitely someone to keep an eye on and hope he gets a debut early on in the year. Steely Green. I put his name in here because he got big raps from David King when Kingy went down to Punt Road for the intra-club match sort of simulation a little bit ago, and David just said he loves his energy. So based on that, I've got him as a bit of a keep an eye on, and hope we see him soon, because got pretty good raps, and he looks pretty good in some of that match sim footage. Sam Naismith, final one here. I don't quite remember him at Sydney, but it's definitely someone who will complement Nank nicely. Will be interesting to see who the coaches pick over Naismith and Sampson. But good competition for that second spot there. If we go with the second ruck, still, we don't really know what Uze's thinking. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with signing Naismith. Definitely someone to fill that Soldo hole, and I think he'll do it nicely. He'll take that spot. But yeah, we'll see how it goes with Naismith and Sampson. Yeah, very good. Anyways, there's my bit of a ramble on the youth coming through before we get to the first match sim against Melbourne on Sunday, 10 a.m. I'll be watching that, and probably in the day or two afterwards, I'll throw together my thoughts and upload my thoughts on the game. Yeah, so let me know. Let me know down below your thoughts on any of the players I mentioned. If I had a wrong take you feel about someone, and I was a bit off about someone, or you don't agree with something, or you agree with something, let me know down below. We spark up a discussion. These are just my thoughts. These aren't nothing's right or wrong here. But let me know your thoughts on some players. Let me know if you totally agreed with one of my thoughts or totally disagreed with one of my thoughts. Love to hear it. And let me know how you're feeling about the upcoming season or whatever. And any other future topics you want me to ramble about, that would be appreciated too. Let me know. But thank you very much for listening to this ramble, and I'll catch you in my match sim review ramble. Thanks everyone. Bye.